The Pharisees took them to the court of Pilate. Pharisees, scribes, and hypocrites shouted, Crucify him! Punish him! And then Pilate snaps. Pilate said, I do not find any wrong in this man. And then the elders became furious. They wanted Jesus to be tormented, punished, or even dead. So they said, Crucify him! Punish him! Again and again. All of the people around him said it. Then Pilate said, Didn't you make this Jesus a king before in Jerusalem? And they said, Not us. The guards were ready to attack back if the elders even stepped forward. Pilate don't want to cause another revolution or strike, because Caesar said to him earlier, if there is another strike or a revolution, it will be paid with your own blood. A Roman soldier came and said to Pilate, Herod has denied and said that he will not judge this Yeshua of Galilee. And then Pilate said to them, I will chastise him, but not kill him. Take him. So they took Jesus to punish him and chastise him. He said to not kill him, but enough to make him pay. And then they took the King of Kings to the place of punishment, torturing, and decided to torment. As he was going to get tortured, he said to God, My heart is in you, O Lord. Shelter me. I'm ready. And then the soldier took the first strike. Jesus felt a huge pain, but trust his Father. Then the Roman took the second strike. It kept getting faster and faster, and more hurt and hurt. He grew into a lot of pain, and the Roman took the last strike of that weapon. And then they switched. And then they used the most brutal weapon ever, cat of nine tails. They whooped into Jesus' back, torn apart his skin, and even his face. And then Jesus fainted, but quickly regained back. He was still alive. They still kept whooping him. So, as they whooped him, they keep whooping him with that flame. It was brutal. Blood scattered everywhere. The people was shocked. The Pharisees enjoyed that moment. As Mary watched his son get suffered, he couldn't hold back. Neither did she. She wiped her tears and decided she can't hold on no longer and got away. The Pharisees also had enough. Only the guard as they keep beating him, the guard came by and saw. He said to them, "What is this? You're beating him to death." Pilate said, "Only to tease him, not torture him to death." And then the guard sent Jesus back. And then Pilate said to them, "Have you not got enough? Look at this man. Do you still want to kill him?" And then the crowd of the Pharisees said, "Crucify him! Crucify him! Crucify him! Crucify him!" They shouted everywhere. Pilate was so angry, but he could not free Jesus anymore, because if he did, Caesar would kill him. Because if the Pharisees start a revolution and break out, so he decided to crucify Jesus. And then Pilate took a serial murderer, Barabbas, and he said to the crowd once more, I will free one of each from this two. Pick who is better." And then the crowd shouted, "Jesus should be crucified. Free Barabbas." And then Caesar said, "I will say this one more time. Who will you free? The notorious murderer Barabbas, or Jesus of Galilee?" And the Pharisees said, "Free, free Barabbas. He is not like Jesus." And then Pilate said, "What about your king? What about your king? What about your Messiah?" And the Pharisees said, "He is not the Messiah nor the king. He is a blasphemer." And they said the same thing. Pilate had enough and decided to take Jesus on a secret room. He freed Barabbas, but took. "What are you? A king? I could I could decide your future right now. I have the power to kill you or to let you live." And then Jesus said, "You don't have any powers. None will not work on me." And then Pilate answered, "Would you like some wine?" And Jesus denied it. And then Pilate took him out again. "I will crucify this man who is holy, but I will not take any responsibility for it. I am innocent of this holy man's blood." And then he crucified. And then they nailed it down. And they nailed down the arm. And they hit the nails. And then Jesus said, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" And then he said, "Woman, behold your son. Son, behold your mother. And then he looked up the sky and said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. And then he said, I place my heart at your hand. I command my spirit in you. And then died. And he rose on the third day as Mary Magdalene walked in with two angels, and he said, Rabbi, thank you here. It is accomplished. Thank you.